Hello everyone. Uh, in this video, guys, we are going to see your previous year school unit test paper. I'll try to solve that paper, and you just try to see how this paper is supposed to be solved. So, in your unit test exam, when you will be solving your paper, how you should solve the paper, what things you need to keep in mind, what pointers you are supposed to write it in the exam. I'll try to narrate all that pointers to you. Listen very patiently, and when you are going to see this video, I would suggest even you guys to solve at the same time so that it would be a revision for you all. Just give me a time, which I am sharing it right now. This is your last year school paper. And looking at the paper, guys, I can say that the paper was very simple. Many students had made silly errors because of which they were unable to score well. But we will try to avoid such errors in exam when we are going to solve this. Okay. So the first question is choose a correct alternate answer from the given option. The value of 1 light year in its SI unit. So we know that 1 light year is 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meters. So this is 9.46 into 10 raised to 15 meters. If they would have asked you to calculate light year in terms of kilometer, guys, then this answer would have been divided by 1000. So this would have become 9.46 into 10 raised to 12 kilometers if it was in kilometer. But since it is in SI unit would be in terms of meters. The next question. The next question is the figure given below shows velocity time graph of two objects A and B moving in the same direction. We need to select the correct combination of the statement for the given option. So statement number one is acceleration of A is less than acceleration of B. Let's try to see acceleration of A, is it less than B? तो पहले तो acceleration find करने के लिए I need to check which graph it is given to me. So graph is velocity time. I know that from velocity time graph, if I need to calculate acceleration, I need to calculate slope of the graph. So check very carefully. A has a lesser slope and B has a steeper slope, which means B, the acceleration will be greater than acceleration of A. So they have instructed acceleration of A is less. This is correct. So statement A or statement one is correct because A ka acceleration, guys, you can see it is less because it has a lesser slope. And B has a steeper slope. So B ka acceleration is more. The next statement is for the same time interval, the displacement of the object is more than the displacement of the object A. I'll try to erase this part so we can try to see it carefully. They have instructed for the same time interval, displacement of B is more than displacement of A. तो पहले तो velocity time graph से अगर मुझे displacement ढूंढना है, I calculate area of the graph. So when you calculate area, they have instructed for the same time interval. Let's say that we are trying to talk about this particular phase. So this becomes your shape one, guys, the one which I have shaded in blue, and this becomes your shape number two. So right from here to here, this part. Can you see the red region, guys, is little bit bigger as compared to the blue one? And that red region is for, guys, B part. Now for B part, the area is going to be more. So we will simply say that area for B is greater than area for A. So both the things are correct because if area is more, which means displacement is also more. So I can say that displacement for B is more than displacement of A. So both the statements are correct. Okay. Next question. The speedometer of a vehicle measures its average speed? No. Uniform speed? No. Uniform velocity? No. It measures instantaneous speed. The speedometer about the distance covered in a short interval with respect to time. So speedometer measures instantaneous speed. Next question, guys. If a body has zero velocity, its acceleration can be non-zero. So if a body has zero velocity, its acceleration can be non-zero. Then they have instructed the velocity and acceleration are always directly proportional to each other. So reason is right. Velocity and acceleration are directly proportional to each other. And at the same time, guys, if I do talk about, so we were discussing about this question, guys. The question is, if a body has zero acceleration, if a body has zero velocity, its acceleration can be non-zero. This statement is true. Let me try to give you a basic idea. How does it matters? See, first of all, let's try to understand what the question says. Zero velocity, matlab object rest pe, which means there is no change in velocity. If there is no change in velocity, then acceleration can be non-zero, right? Might be possible that the object is moving with the same velocity, or might be possible the displacement covered at that moment is zero. So this situation is it can be rectified. It can be correct. I throw a tennis ball vertically upwards, it reaches to a specific height, and then again it comes back at this moment or at this place from where I'm going to throw it. So can I say at this phase, guys, displacement is zero? So velocity will be displacement upon time. Displacement to ho gaya zero. So velocity also becomes zero, which basically means that acceleration can be non-zero. Acceleration कुछ भी हो सकता है. Acceleration is change in velocity. Okay. Acceleration and velocity are directly proportional to each other. No, the statement is false. Acceleration does not only depends upon velocity, it even depends upon time. And to be very precise, guys, they are not directly proportional to each other. Acceleration can be proportional to change of velocity. It is not velocity, it is change in velocity. So statement A is true and R is false. That is option C. C is correct one. Next question, students. The graph below shows the figure what it indicates. So in the graph, if you see, we have T square and L. So first of all, try to write the relation between them. There is a relation between T square and L. It is T square is equal to L. Technically, T square is directly proportional to L. If I remove the constant, I get an equal to sign. Okay. So if I try to solve this thing, students, I'll write T square is equal to, let's say that the constant is K upon L. And I keep this constant alone and I shift L. So I'll get T square upon L is equal to K. K is just a constant, huh, guys? So no need to worry. Now check what options do we have. The first option is L into T square is a constant. No, it is T square upon L. The first option to galat hai. T square plus L is constant. No, this is also wrong. L divided by T square is constant. No, it is T square divided by L. So this is also wrong. This is correct option because you can see it is T square divided by L. Okay, kids. Question number two. Now, whenever you solve such type of questions, you need to read it. See what have they instructed. Velocity time graph of a motion of a ball is shown. Identify the part of the graph representing motion of a ball falling vertically downwards. So suppose if this is the object who's at location A and I am somewhere over here, the ball is falling down, guys. So when the ball is going to fall down, can I simply say initial velocity ball का zero होगा because वो point पे rest पे रहेगा? When it starts falling down, students, can I say velocity would start increasing, guys, when it is falling down? So when it is going to fall down, the velocity of that ball would start increasing. So check in your graph and tell me which part of the graph shows increase in velocity. So first part is x, y, and second part is y, z. So is it xy showing increase in velocity? I feel so no, because if you see x to y, velocity to come ho raha hai. When I'm going from part y to z, velocity is increasing. So my first answer is YZ part represents increase in velocity. Next question is find the maximum height. Maximum height technically means displacement. Find out the maximum height obtained by the object. तो मैक्सिमम हाइट कब पॉसिबल होगा जब मैं नीचे से चीज को ऊपर फेंक रहा हूं. सो व्हेन द बॉल इज गोइंग फ्रॉम down to top, this portion of the graph I have to consider. And since it is velocity time graph students, I think we know that velocity time graph से displacement अगर calculate करना है, we calculate area of the graph. Can we calculate the area of the shaded region which we have painted? So this will be half into base into height. Half as it is, base will be 2 and height is 5. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Your answer is coming 5 meters. So the maximum height obtained by the object is nothing but 5 meters. You need to show all this calculation, huh, guys? Okay. The next question. Copy and complete the table. This is the table for physical quantity. Now, if you don't realize what is this physical quantity, make a note of this unit kg meter upon second. Kg meter per second. So kg is one separate unit. Meter per second is the another value. So I will start writing this thing as kg is mass, meter per second is velocity. Guys, m into v is something which is related to momentum. Momentum is something, guys, which represents mass and velocity. So physical quantity over here will be momentum. पावर का मुझे डेराइव यूनिट लिखना है तो पहले पावर का फॉर्मूला लिखेंगे हम. पावर इज वर्क अपॉन टाइम. टू डू सम वर्क आई नीड फोर्स and displacement upon time. Force students is mass into acceleration into displacement upon time. Now we will write mass is measured in kg. Acceleration is meter per second square. Displacement is meter and time is second. So if you shift that second up and if you multiply this meter and meter, you will get kg m2 s raised to minus 3. Okay, guys. If you notice very carefully, here we do have kg meter s minus 2. If you must have observed, this is that value which I have kg meter s raised to minus 2. And guys, kg meter s raised to minus 2 represents m into a. M into a represents force. So we will write here force. Now, as a student, you will have a question. So, do we need to show this calculation? Answer is no. If you remember the values, you can straight away write them. But if you don't remember, then I would suggest you all to show this thing in your rough work and then you can try to write the answer. Let us take the next question, guys. The next question is section B. Here the question is how the time period of a simple pendulum is affected if the following situation occurs. So I will try to write a relation between time period and length, guys. I have a relation which says that T is directly proportional to root of L. A question says that the length is made 1 upon 4 times. तो मतलब length को ये लोग ने 1 upon 4 times change किया. So if I try to see this thing, it will become T dash is proportional to 1 upon 4L. 1 upon 4 का square root क्या होता है? It is 1 upon 2. So can I say, guys, T dash will get affected 1 upon 2 times, right? So we will say here the time period will change will change by 1 upon 2 times. Okay. The next one. Array, this is my favorite, guys. They have instructed weight is tripled. I know that time period does not gets affected by mass or by weight. So we will write T remains same. Okay. Then students, we have saying that acceleration due to gravity is made 4 times. So G ka value, they have increased by 4 times. So let's try to write. We know that T is proportional to 1 upon root of G. So this becomes T dash is proportional to 1 upon 4, which basically means it is changing by 1 upon 2 times. So can I say students, my new time period, the new time period, guys, will get affected. Can you guess? The new time period will reduce by 1 upon 2 times. I hope I have made myself very clear, guys. Okay, fine. So if you see carefully, guys, the paper is quite easier. All basic questions they have asked, which is in the form of application. You need to be confident when you go for your exam. When you prepare, you be confident and happily go for your exam. Enjoy your paper. Next question. Intercept the graph which is given below. Intercept matlab conclude. Find out what is this graph trying to say us. दो graph है. First graph displacement time graph. तो डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम ग्राफ में अगर मैं ये स्लोप कैलकुलेट करता हूँ कैन आई से स्लोप विल गिव मी वेलोसिटी एंड सिंस इट इज पासिंग थ्रू origin this graph will indicate that this is uniform velocity. तो ये ग्राफ से मुझे क्या पता चलेगा कि ऑब्जेक्ट हैज यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी. क्लियर गाइस. सेकेंड ग्राफ को ध्यान से देखो. इट इज नॉट अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. If it is not a straight line, so I will say that object has non-uniform velocity. Easy. The next question. They have instructed, can velocity time graph be parallel to y-axis? अरे बाप रे, ये तो possible ही नहीं है. So we can say no, it is not possible. Why it is not possible? Think. Let's first try to draw, guys. What are they expecting me to do? मैं पहले draw करता हूँ. So I will draw here. Velocity time. If I want to plot velocity time, time will be on x-axis because it is independent quantity. Velocity will be on y-axis because it is dependent quantity. क्वेश्चन बोल रहा है कि कैन वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ बी पैरेलल टू वाई एक्सिस. मतलब ऐसा ग्राफ कभी बन सकता है क्या? पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. नॉट पॉसिबल. व्हाई नॉट पॉसिबल? बिकॉज टाइम कैन नॉट बी लाइक एनी रैंडम वैल्यू. एंड डू यू फील एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम के लिए वेलोसिटी विल इंक्रीज? वेलोसिटी को अगर इंक्रीज करना है, इफ यू वांट वेलोसिटी शुड इंक्रीज, देन यू नीड टू टेक सम टाइम. एट 0 seconds कैन वेलोसिटी ऑफ कार बी 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड. चलो होगा भी. बट एट दैट सेम अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम डू यू फील वेलोसिटी हो गया 40 मीटर पर सेकेंड? नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट? So this is not possible. For justification, you can try to show this graph to them, or you can show them this example. Okay, fine. Let's take the next one, guys. The next is a numerical which we do have from chapter 1. These are important questions. I had instructed you yesterday also in that PDF which I had shared. These sums are important. Wavelength of light of a particular color is 7000 angstrom. Express it in nanometer. अब मैंने तुम लोग को बोला था याद रखने के लिए. Angstrom, 1 angstrom is 10 raised to minus 1 nanometer. So I straight away write my question. 7000 angstrom is equal to 7000 into 10 raised to minus 1 nanometer. Instead of angstrom, I am going to write 10 raised to minus 1 nanometer. One of that zero gets cancelled, so you get 700 nanometer. Make it simple, make it clear. Don't make your life complicated. Physics is easy. Believe in yourself, guys. Next is we need to convert it into meter. 1 Armstrong is 10 raised to minus 10 meter. तो ये हो जाएगा 7000. Armstrong would be 7000 into 10 raised to minus 10 meters. You want, you can vanish off the zeros. So I will get 7 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter, Or if you want, you can write it as 0.7 into 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, got it, guys? Chalo, let's take the next question. The next question says a bullet traveling at 300 meter per second, which means initial velocity is given to me, students. So we will write here u is 300 meter per second. It pierces a hole, means it will come at rest. So final velocity हो जाएगा 0 meter per second. And it entered 10 meters deep. मतलब displacement 10 centimeters, sorry, 10 centimeter deep before coming to rest. So they have even confirmed the bullet comes at rest. Find out retardation. Retardation technically means acceleration find करना है मुझे. अब द ट्विस्ट इज यहाँ पे बच्चों ने जो कॉमन मिस्टेक किया था दे वर अनएबल टू रिकलेक्ट रिटार्डेशन का कौन सा फॉर्मूला यूज करेंगे गाइस वास्तु वाला कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करना है यहाँ पे वास्तु से वी मेड 3 इक्वेशंस आई नीड वन इक्वेशन जिसमें टाइम नहीं होना चाहिए एंड आई थिंक दैट इज द थर्ड इक्वेशन विच इज v square u square plus 2as. A second common error which kids had done, centico they had to convert it into meter, which they forgot. So this is 10 upon 100 meter. Now let's substitute. V given to me is 0. So this will be 0 ka square is equal to U, which is 300 ka square plus 2A. Displacement is 10 upon 100 kids. This 0 gets cancelled. 0 ka square is 0. 300 ka square is 9. 4 zeros plus 2a upon 10. Entire thing comes here. So you get minus 2a upon 10 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. एक और 10 वहां पे चले जाएगा तो ये हो जाएगा minus 2a is equal to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will divide it by 2, guys. So you get a as minus 4, 5, 0, 0 meter per second square. Now, since they are talking about retardation, guys, can retardation be negative? No, right? So I will conclude my answer saying that therefore retardation is equal to 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 meter per second square. Easy peasy. This is your paper, guys. See, so simple, so easy. Not that complicated questions were asked. All basic questions were given to us. So I suggest you guys to see to it that, guys, that when you are going to solve, when you are going to check, see to it that you are solving each and every basic questions which are required. Focus more on your textbook. Read the textbook well so that you are in a better position to solve each and every question. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. All the best for your exams. Practice well.